situation. He's filing for Chapter 11, so he's going to be able to try and restructure his debts and have his assets doled out. There are liens already filed on some of his properties. The IRS had filed for a lien previously.
Floyd Mayweather just came out saying the fight with Logan Paul was fake. And he did this in front of the press where he started to brag that he made $100 million personally from the fight.
With this beef, but they're basically saying that Floyd Mayweather is broke and owes.
CNN has recently revealed some shocking news suggesting that Floyd Mayweather may be heading toward bankruptcy. According to the report, the once flamboyant boxer, known for showing off millions, is now reportedly drowning in debt, especially with unpaid taxes to the IRS. Sources say that Mayweather might file for bankruptcy, but not because he's broke. Instead, it's believed he could be trying to escape overwhelming tax bills and legal pressures. This move is being seen by many as a way for him to avoid paying his debts while still maintaining his luxurious public image. If these reports are true, it could mark a dramatic downfall for the man who once called himself Money Mayweather, now stuck in a web of financial and legal troubles.
That is so important to look at when you're thinking about this is he's filing for bankruptcy. He's laying out all of these debts that he has, the almost $2 million.
Floyd Mayweather, now dealing with increasing legal issues, has been stepping back into the ring for exhibition matches since his retirement. The reason to stay afloat financially, one of his biggest paydays came when he fought Logan Paul for a massive $100 million. Mayweather didn't shy away from saying the fight was all about money. Even calling it a fake fight, he admitted that it was never about sportsmanship or legacy. Instead, he proudly declared, "Nobody else can make this kind of money from a fake fight at my age." With no real competition, no judges, and no winner, the match made a lot of money. Mayweather treated it as a business opportunity, not a sport, and he didn't hesitate to call it legalized bank robbery. While most fighters retire for good, Floyd took the chance to make a quick buck, walking away with $100 million from what he openly described as just a show.
Floyd Mayweather just came out saying the fight with Logan Paul was fake. And he did this in front of the press where he started to brag that he made $100 million personally from the fight. And that massively surpasses Logan Paul, who is reported to have made $10 million from the fight. And Mayweather in the press conference began to brag, saying nobody can make that much money from a fake fight at his age. Which is a good point, seeing how Mayweather is now the highest paid athlete in all of history over the age of 40. But after that, he began to brag even more, saying he was paid $100 million for a fake fight. And then he joked that it wasn't an actual fight and said that it was just legalized sparring with Logan Paul that he made $100 million from. And this helps confirm the theory that many people have that Logan and Jake Paul are fixing their fights. And this began with many people saying the Jake Paul-Ben Askren fight was completely staged. And the reason they get fighters to do stage fights is money, with Ben Askren making $500,000 from his fight with Jake Paul. Many people reported that Ben Askren's personal financials were not that good and he'd be happy to take $500,000 for a loss. Mayweather is the farthest thing from struggling, being worth $450 million, but who says what he would do for an extra $100 million? All said and done, this seems like a very expensive stunt from Logan Paul.
Logan Paul had come forward with serious accusations against Floyd Mayweather, claiming the boxing legend is broke and desperate for money. Paul revealed that he still hasn't been paid for their 2021 exhibition fight, despite the event generating significant profits. He said he waited over a year for the payment, but never received it. Frustrated with the delays, Paul filed a lawsuit to get the money he's owed. According to Logan, Mayweather was already showing signs of financial trouble when they fought and was more interested in quick cash than in honoring his commitments. This lawsuit is making headlines as fans and critics question how someone who flaunts extreme wealth could fail to settle a simple payment. Logan's claims only add to rumors that Mayweather's financial empire may be crumbling behind the scenes.
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that did happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my money.
It's not just the IRS that Floyd Mayweather owes money to. Several others have come forward with claims that he hasn't paid them. High-end jewelers have taken legal action, and fighters like Deji and Logan Paul have accused Mayweather of owing the money after their exhibition matches. Logan Paul in particular has said he still hasn't been paid in full for their 2021 fight. There were even reports that Mayweather was once held hostage in Dubai due to outstanding debts. With wealthy individuals there despite showing off his flashy lifestyle and constantly flaunting his wealth, more signs are pointing to serious financial trouble behind the scenes. Now Floyd is reportedly considering bankruptcy, a tactic that could help him avoid paying some of his debts. The image of Mayweather as the wealthy money man contrasts sharply with the growing number of lawsuits and claims against him. His lavish online persona may be a cover for someone desperately trying to maintain an image of success while behind the scenes he's struggling to stay afloat.
I'm speechless if this is true, but Floyd Mayweather is held hostage in Dubai. Vontae Davis suggested this, who I believe is signed under Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd responded back of posting a video of Tank dancing on his IG, saying, "We always knew he had sugar in the tank." Like, actually, that's insane posting this online. I'm not even kidding. And then Tank went on his IG story to say this.
You owe them people over in Dubai that money. Tell them get online right now. And you owe people in Saudi Arabia.
And Floyd responded back saying he should fight Shakur instead. I have no clue what is going on with this beef, but they're basically saying that Floyd Mayweather is broke and owes people money and he's hiding in Dubai. I'm actually speechless if any of that is remotely true, but I kind of can see that coming. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Logan Paul and Jake Paul, like 2 years ago, said that Floyd is actually broke. And it low-key might be true, but we'll see what happens.
Floyd Mayweather, much like rapper Lil Uzi Vert, has found himself caught up in a series of lawsuits due to his reckless financial decisions. His enormous wealth gave him a sense of invincibility, leading him to think he could do whatever he wanted. Without facing consequences, this mindset led him to ignore financial responsibilities, skip out on payments, and make deals he didn't follow through on. However, this attitude eventually backfired. Lawsuits piled up from unpaid bills to jewelers and claims from fighters like Logan Paul and D who say Floyd still owes him money. Instead of taking responsibility, he continued living his luxurious lifestyle, flaunting his money, while legal issues drained his finances. His belief that "I'm too rich to be touched" may have worked for a while, but now the reality of mounting debts and legal battles is catching up with him.
And Floyd Mayweather are being sued for an assault that happened last June in New York, right? The whole situation is that the person that's suing them says that he saw Floyd Mayweather's truck and he went across the street while he was filming to get some footage of it. And basically the whole money team, Floyd Mayweather's team and Lil Uzi Vert came out of the truck and beat the crap out of him, right? It's crazy as hell because Lil Uzi Vert responded and he said that he don't even know Floyd Mayweather. He was not there and you guys got the wrong person, right? I've never seen Mayweather and Lil Uzi Vert in the same place together at all ever, and I'm guessing that it's probably somebody from Mayweather's team that kind of looks like Uzi, right? Either way, man, Uzi is wrapped up in this lawsuit. We'll see if they take his name off of it once they figure out what's going on.
In a recent lawsuit involving Tiger Woods, Floyd Mayweather was accused of stealing expensive jewelry, further damaging his already shaky financial reputation. The allegations drew global attention, adding to growing doubts about Mayweather's financial stability. These accusations painted a troubling picture of a man desperately trying to maintain a luxurious lifestyle he could no longer afford as more reports of unpaid debts and financial mismanagement surface. These allegations only add fuel to the fire. It's becoming increasingly clear that Mayweather's financial irresponsibility is hard to ignore. It seems he's willing to go to great lengths to maintain the image of the untouchable, wealthy boxing icon he once was. This case has certainly dealt a significant blow to his already fragile financial credibility.
Heard about the $4 million RICO lawsuit that Floyd Mayweather and Tiger is being hit with?
Wow.
So apparently it's over some stolen jewelry and, or at least allegedly. And the entire story is pretty crazy. And the fact that they're calling it RICO was pretty wild as well. Because apparently there was some type of, at least what is being alleged, some type of scheme set up and ran by these celebrities in order to get away with taking free jewelry off of jewelers. So yeah, seems like
Just because someone
shows off piles of cash on social media doesn't mean they're actually wealthy. Mayweather's online persona, built on flaunting stacks of money and expensive items, doesn't always match his true financial situation. Behind the flashy posts, reports indicate that Mayweather's debts were piling up with unpaid bills to private lenders and business partners. Insiders claimed that Floyd's financial troubles stretch across various areas, including loans he took out in Dubai. He reportedly borrowed millions but failed to pay. Them back making his financial was even worse as his lavish lifestyle unraveled. Questions arose about how sustainable his wealth really was. Mayweather's ability to keep up the image of untouchable wealth while debts piled up behind the scenes speaks to the dangers of living beyond one's means. In the public eye, the truth about his finances was becoming harder to hide, further damaging his reputation worldwide.
Gambling debts. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, the basketball game. This is Floyd in Dubai. Yeah. Uh-huh. Because there's a lot of people out here that think just because people are flashing money means that they have money. It's so backwards. You just don't understand how backwards it is, okay? Because when you earn it, like I said, you don't want nobody to know you got it. But here's the thing, if Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there? If Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there?
Floyd Mayweather recently claimed he bought a $42 million skyscraper, but when experts and documents were looked into, it became clear the story was a complete fabrication. Real estate professionals quickly debunked his claim, revealing it to be false. This wasn't the first time Mayweather had made questionable statements about his wealth. It seemed like yet another attempt to maintain the illusion of a luxurious millionaire lifestyle, even when the facts didn't support it. His tendency to exaggerate his financial status has caused trouble before, and this was just another instance of him trying to keep up appearances despite constantly flaunting his wealth. The truth began to show through the skyscraper. Incident served as a reminder that no matter how flashy his lifestyle seemed, the truth couldn't be hidden forever.
There's a flex happening with Floyd Mayweather that we were all cheering and congratulating him from, but we might need to put a pin in that as some evidence comes forward that things may not be how they seem. So a couple weeks back, I talked about it here on the show. Floyd Mayweather said he dropped $402 million on 62 Manhattan rental buildings. But Business Insider went and did the research. They did their Googles, and they said they couldn't find any receipts that this is true. There were no deed transfers, no public records, nothing. They made some phone calls to owners, and they could not find any information regarding this transaction. Floyd has gone on interviews and discussed it. You know, of course, 50 Cent dropped in with his troll thing and put the interview up and the information about it and said he bought them in his imagination. Same place he read all those Harry Potter books, because 50 gone 50. My question is, does Floyd, was he swindled in some sort of business deal? Was this just because
each unpaid bill and lawsuit that surfaces slowly chips away at Floyd Mayweather's once untouchable image, once celebrated as a self-made success story. Floyd now looks like someone living off borrowed money and empty boasts, while his legacy as a boxing champion is secure outside the ring. He's sinking deeper into financial chaos. Mayweather's addiction to luxury became a regular headline. Jets, yachts, diamond watches, and mansions piled up like candy. However, as his income slowed down, his spending didn't. His lavish lifestyle seemed like someone living a fantasy not facing reality. It was as if he was chasing the illusion of wealth without realizing the true cost. While his money seemed endless for a while, the bills were real, and now the consequences of ignoring them are catching up with him. What was once a symbol of success is now a symbol of financial mismanagement.
Well, in today's news, they're trying to convince the public that Floyd Money Mayweather is broke. All right. Oh, successful boxer. Do you want to know how to be woke? Do you want to know how we think? Well, sit down for a second and let me help you out, okay? This is how we interpret the situation. First of all, why are you telling the public his financial information? Why? What's the reason? Let's start there. Nope, let's put a pin in that, okay? Now, who is he? Floyd Money Mayweather, okay? Successful boxer. 50-0, undefeated. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. We fought a little bit more after that. But 50-0. Let's just go there. All right? Very successful. Most highly paid boxer.
When a fighter like Conor...
When someone as big as Conor McGregor speaks out, people listen. especially when he's criticizing a name like Floyd Mayweather's McGregor recently took a jab at Mayweather for returning to the ring for exhibition matches, suggesting that it was less about passion and more about paying off mounting debts to the IRS. McGregor's remarks weren't just a personal attack, they pointed to deeper issues with Mayweather's financial management. McGregor argued that Floyd's failure to manage his taxes properly was risking his reputation and tarnishing the image of the untouchable champion instead of staying retired and preserving his legacy. Mayweather's return seemed driven by desperation. McGregor's critique reflected the idea that instead of succumbing to financial pressure and public scrutiny, Mayweather should have managed his wealth more responsibly. His return to boxing, while profitable, hinted at a much deeper financial struggle than Mayweather was willing to admit. It served as a warning to others in the industry about the risks of living a lavish lifestyle without thinking about the long-term financial impact.
IRS, like, give a fuck what he did. I don't give a fuck. Right. I don't care what he doing. No. He should have stayed retired. He should have stayed retired.
Dolce's right now.
He's fucked now. And that's
He's
the
God's
now.
honest truth.
Man, your videos are looking intense. He should have paid his taxes and stayed retired. Really?
Floyd Mayweather, like many other celebrities, has been involved in promoting cryptocurrency ventures that have raised serious concerns as his financial troubles deepened. He turned to endorsing these digital assets often without considering whether they were legitimate by promoting certain cryptocurrencies. Mayweather and other celebrities lend them credibility, which can mislead their massive fan base. Many of these ventures lack proper regulation, and celebrities are not held accountable for ensuring that the coins they endorse are stable or legitimate. This can lead to people investing their money in projects that are fraudulent or poorly structured, causing them to lose everything. Mayweather's involvement in these promotions raises questions not just about his financial management, but also about the ethics of using his influence for personal gain. Celebrities should be held accountable for the impact their endorsements have on their followers, especially when it comes to risky financial schemes.
These scams are like anon people hiding behind a Pepe avatar. And of course, there's a laundry list of famous influencers, Logan Paul, Kim Kardashian's David Dobrik, that have all endorsed these absolute shitcoin scam casino rugs that leaves their investors high and dry because they paid them a bunch of money up front and maybe they didn't know any better because it's such a nascent space. But I am just flabbergasted that the highest paid boxer, one of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist. Now, everybody knows Floyd's an opportunist. He's an entrepreneur. He likes to make money. He always has money, talks about money. That's his shtick. That's his persona. That's fine. You can make money. You can be a hustler. You can get paid a bunch to box.
12. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates until next time.